What's going on, y'all? June Archer here, the winner circle for This Is 50.com, here with the amazing legend himself, Tony Danza. Tony, throughout
June,
your illustrious career, my friend, you have done some amazing things. How have you been able to reinvent yourself in this role, playing with this amazing cast?
well, it was easy because I'm playing with this amazing cast. You see, you know what happens too, June. You get writing, you get production. And by the way, you can sleep in your own bed because it's made in New York, and you get this great cast. This great cast to work with. I mean, you're looking in Patina's eyes when you're talking to her. She makes you a better actor.
That's true. That's true. Now you were a boxer. A lot of people don't know that. So from your journey as a boxer, how has resilience played a part in terms of you bringing your characters to life on screen?
Well, I mean, I just think it's everything in life is about resilience, about, it says keep punching on my arm because I used to have this old trainer, Tony Kanzi, used to say, keep punching, keep your chin down and keep punching. And then the other guy would say, pull up your socks and make something happen. But anyway, you know, but I just think, boxing for me, I mean, I didn't have that long a career. I only had 15 fights, but I learned something in there about what it takes to uh, continue when you don't want to, when it doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good, but you keep going, and that resilience, that persistence, I think is so important going forward in your life.
Now you were just strumming on an instrument before we got on.
That's
How
my
important,
my ukulele.
absolutely, how important is the creative arts when we talk about our young people and making sure that we put an instrument in front of them and give them music and give them acting?
June, the biggest thing that I'm sorry about in my life is that I wasted my childhood. I didn't take any. I started tap dancing when I'm 32. I didn't do any, when I was a kid, I wasn't interested in girls and sports. That's it. I didn't want to do anything. I mean, I admit it. You know what I mean? And I didn't have the people in my house. I do a joke in my show that I didn't ever saw a musical instrument in my house. There was no, I was like being raised by the Taliban. You know what I mean? So it's stupid, I know. But I didn't have anybody to say, hey, try this, I didn't have that. And it was my fault because I wasn't interested.
Right.
And so what I would tell kids is don't wait. You can waste some time, just don't waste all of it. Just don't waste all of it. And picking up the piano, or I've tried to play the piano now. It's driving me crazy, June. I mean, you gotta see me. I'm so bad, but I guess keep trying.
Listen, I don't want you to drive yourself crazy. As we end this chapter of Raising Kanan in the
Hmm.
Power Universe, what kind of advice do you have for young actors like Mackay Curtis to
Uh,
allow them to have the same longevity that you've had in your career?
well, first of all, Makai's going to be fine because I don't know if you've noticed, he's gotten so good, it's scary. I mean, you've seen the growth in this kid. It's unbelievable. And that's one of the great things about having a show like this is that you get to do it every day.
Yeah.
You get to do it every day, and you get to come back the next day after maybe you feel you didn't do so good that day. You say, "Well, I got a chance again tomorrow." It's amazing, and he took advantage of it. He really did. As far as the longevity thing, I just think it's a question of keeping yourself in shape, keeping yourself as good as you can be, and trying to be cool. And I haven't always been. I'll be honest, but as you get older, I guess you keep you try to be, you know, and then be grateful. That's the other thing. I'm telling you, this show was a gift, June. This was like they called me up. I got one scene. I don't want to do it. All right, I'll do it. I did. One of those. Then I come home and I called the agent. I said, they ain't going to buy me as the bad guy. And then I got the job. So it was a gift. And so be grateful. That's
Tony
all.
Danza, it is a gift and you are a blessing. We thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tony Danza. I am June Archer. Stars gives you Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, final season. Man,
Boom.
pull your socks up and tune in. This is your guy, June Archer, the winner
Thank you.
circle on thisis50.com. Tony Danza, thank you so much. It was a pleasure and an honor, brother. I love you.
Right back at you, buddy. Thank you.
You got it.